Okay, Trinidad and Tobago, good day. I'm outside the Parliament where I will be going in to sit in and listen to the debate. Today, the government is supposed to once again bring the draconian anti-gang bill before the House, and the opposition has signaled that they will be voting on this bill. And the reason for me coming down here to make this video is to educate you, so you could pick up your phone and you could call your member of parliament and tell them, stop the madness. This bill that they're bringing back to the parliament again was the bill that the UNC People's Partnership used under the state of emergency, and every one of those arrests failed in the court. It cost the country $400,000 so far in payments to people who were arrested. The law itself, the bill itself is so draconian and oppressive, but not for anti-gang reasons. I want to tell you, Trinidad and Tobago does not have 500 gangs. All of that is bullshit and is being told to people to fool them into believing that this is the solution to the crime problem in Trinidad and Tobago. The solution to the crime problem in Trinidad and Tobago is to secure the borders and to take the guns off the street. But that's a conversation for another time. Outside of the established 4 gangs that the country has, we have criminal enterprises in police, we have criminal enterprises in business, we have criminal enterprise in this country because our court system doesn't work. That is another conversation again that we have to have. But for the issue of the anti-gang bill that is being brought before the House today, the people of Trinidad and Tobago have to understand that this bill cannot work. The rules of evidence still apply. All this bill does is to give police the opportunity to detain and to seize without warrant or without evidence. All they need is flimsy suspicion, and they can act on it. But the issue you have to ask yourself is this: the government and the opposition have been arguing back and forth over a sunset clause. That if they could agree on a sunset clause, the opposition will support the government. The opposition has agreed on a 2 or 2.5 year sunset clause. I want to explain to you what a sunset clause is for those who don't know. A sunset clause is an expiry date built into a law so that when that time passes, the law falls off the books. Ask yourself this question: if this anti-gang bill was a good law, why would we need it to fall off the books? Trinidad and Tobago has laws on our books since the 17th and 18th century. Why would we need to pass this law but make sure it falls off the books in 2 years? What's the point of that? What is the point of all of this stunting and circus to fool the nation? The police do not need an anti-gang bill like this one that eviscerates human rights and civil liberties. What the police need is to be right-sized and cleaned up from within. The government is not doing that. The police service is not doing that. But that needs to be done. The judiciary, the justice system, the courts, that needs to be right-sized and made functional. Nobody is talking about that. Bringing a draconian, human rights eviscerating, civil liberties removing anti-gang bill that does nothing to deal with gang violence in this country is more circus, more theater, and more waste of your time. And I want you to wake up, because if this law is passed in the House today, we in the Progressive Empowerment Party are going to call the country to order, and we are going to come here and appeal to the Senate to use their due deliberation and their reason to toss that law back to the lower house. The reality of the situation is not one charge laid under the anti-gang bill by the United National Congress survived. Not one. Not one resulted in a conviction. Not one. The UNC had it for 5 years and it resulted in nothing. It was a waste of time. It cost us money. It was the law that they relied on under the state of emergency to arrest people. All those people were let go. Not one conviction stood, and all of it cost us money. The law itself is badly written, but more importantly, the government and the opposition knows it's a failed law, because the government and the opposition has agreed that it should die a natural death in 2 years. Who writes a law to die? Who writes a law for that? If this were an essential law to protect the nation, why not leave it on the books? This is all circus, this is all theater, and I'm calling on you to pick up your phone. If you could reach your member of parliament, WhatsApp, text, call and say, hey, vote no on that mad law. We will continue to monitor what's going on here. I am going to be in the Parliament and I will update you later. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.